From New York is recognized for 4 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I appreciate the opportunity to speak in support of my bill, H.R. 2606, the New York City Natural Gas Supply Enhancement Act. This bill, as was said, will authorize the Secretary of Interior to allow the construction and operation of natural gas pipeline facilities in the New York portion of the Gateway National Recreation Area. I would like to especially thank my colleague and co-sponsor and friend, Congressman Gregory Meeks, for all of his efforts. It was a pleasure to work with him in a bipartisan manner, and we appreciate his staff as well. We'd like to thank the Resources Chairman Hastings, Ranking Member Markey, Subcommittee Chair Bishop, and Ranking Member Grijalva and their staffs for helping move our bill through the committee and on a bipartisan basis for their work with the National Park Service in strengthening the bill as it moved to the House floor. The Park Service deserves our appreciation as well for all of its efforts over the years for improving the Gateway National Recreation Area, and in particular reviving the historic Floyd Bennett Field for future generations. This project will be the first bulk natural gas transmission project in Brooklyn, Staten Island, and Queens in more than 40 years. The 5.2 million people living in these three boroughs are demanding more and more natural gas. Natural gas, as we all know, is reliable. It's clean, it's domestic, and it's economical. On September 15th of last year, New York City Deputy Mayor Kaz Holloway testified before the National Park Service Subcommittee, and in support of the Grimm Meeks bill, explained why it was so important. And I'd like to thank Mr. Holloway, the Deputy Mayor, for his efforts. And I would like to draw special attention to some of his testimony. Deputy Mayor Holloway stated, and I quote, "Energy demand in New York City is increasing and will continue to grow. So getting this gateway project done, as Deputy Mayor Holloway said, is a major effort that includes the private sector, the city, the state, and the federal government. This pipeline will pass underneath both Gateway's beachfront Jacob Riis Park in Queens and Jamaica Bay to the meter station located at Floyd Bennett Field in Brooklyn, where it will then interconnect into the local natural gas distribution system serving the communities in and around my district. The pipeline project authorized in H.R. 2606 will help the Park Service in the face of severe fiscal constraints by authorizing the MPS to enter into a lease allowing the Gateway Pipeline project to meter and regulate a station inside one of the hangar buildings. The meter station is basically a secure building inside a building, with the hangar building's exterior being restored to its original condition, coupled with a lease payment that we expect NPS to put towards restoration of other hangar buildings for multi-purpose park uses. More importantly, however, is the fact that the Gateway Pipeline project will generate approximately $265 million in construction activity. That's almost 300 local jobs, 300 construction jobs, and that's about $8 million in annual local property taxes for New York City, providing a much-needed short-term and long-term boost to our local economy. When I came to Congress, I promised my constituents on Staten Island and in Brooklyn that I would find fiscally conservative ways to create jobs and get the country moving again. Mr. Speaker, this bill does exactly that. Not only will it create a unique public-private partnership to revitalize Floyd Bennett Field, but it also creates good-paying jobs and increases the supply of inexpensive natural gas. Thank you, and I yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman from Northern Mariana.